of milk in the abomasum and in the small intestine. I do not propose to go through that this morning. You can read that tonight. I just want to talk about some of the problems that can occur. Because if milk does not clot properly in the abomasum, again you can get many health problems. Certainly you can get ulcers in the abomasum. You can get abomasal bloat, which is quite a serious condition. Or you can have milk which has not been digested passing directly into the intestine, and that in itself will produce diarrhea. Next acetate, please. Some of the factors which lead to poor milk clotting, again, are very simple. And in England, this one is very common. People think that calves should perhaps have 2 liters of milk twice a day. But they feed the same all the time, even to the small calf and the bigger calf. Now clearly this is silly. The young calf has a much smaller abomasum, and in nature it would suckle the cow 7 times a day, taking a small quantity of milk each time. So in the early stages, it is very important that we do not overfeed the calf. Because if we start it immediately when it is 1 or 2 days old on 2 liters, then some undigested milk will spill over into the intestine and produce diarrhea. We have already talked about irregular feeding. These calves maybe get so hungry that they drink the milk very, very rapidly, and then you get poor abomasal milk clot. The same will apply to nervous and stressed calves. Milk substitutes must be at the correct temperature and at the correct concentration. And I'm afraid I do not like the practice I have seen on some farms in Argentina, where the milk is diluted by 20%. If it was necessary to dilute the milk by 20%, then I think the good Lord would have provided a bucket of water beside every beef cow. And clearly that has not been done. The beef cow will also have milk probably of a higher fat content than the dairy cow. But what is important is to ensure that there is not overfeeding in the early stages. Next acetate, please. If you are using milk substitutes, then it's important to mix them well, to read the instructions for mixing, and certainly use a thermometer and make sure it is properly whisked.